Hey, and welcome to another episode of Loving Black with Tori and Terry. And we just thank you guys for tuning in again.
Yeah, it's Friday, you guys. I'm so glad you're with us. This is my favorite day. I love Fridays. I know some of you out there love them too. It is a day that you can have some fun and then still have another day to relax. So.
She say that all the time.
No, this is my day. You guys already know. It's my day. I love to share it with y'all, but I'm loving some Friday. So we are here Friday night. We got our friends with us. It's going to be a great evening.
It is. You know what? I love the fact that it's Friday, but I wish it was like post COVID, so we can really start, enjoying our weekends.
But you know what? I will say this. I'll say this. I'm able to, like Friday, I was saying, you guys, you can have some fun and stuff. Like we were Vegas every night in our house when it first started. It was so much fun. We were playing cards and stuff. We know what time it was.
All this COVID
and then all of a sudden, one day we looked in the mirror and it was like, oh my. But honestly, with what you were saying, there was so much stress during that time, and there was also a time to come up. There was really, you had to use that time wisely. And so now, we're kind of coming down because it was like the peak, now we're kind of coming down, we're declining. So there's a little bit more exhale to it, where before it was just really this, I don't know, what's next, what's gonna happen? So
well, we still don't know, so
I know,
we
but it's not
taking it easy. It's not as bad as it doesn't seem.
The anxiety has lessened.
So we do need a new governor though, but anyway, that's beside the point. Hey, look, we really don't get into a lot of current events and stuff, but there's been a story over the past couple of weeks that's been just really perplexing the Black community, and it's about the relationship guru,
I know you're going
Derrick Jackson, admitting to an extramarital affair. I mean, such hypocrisy, man. I'm just like, I don't watch him, and well, we don't watch him. We've heard of him, but it's just the fact that, he does all this stuff, he records out his car, I heard the women like him because he takes his shirt off or whatever. I'm going to start taking my shirt off on TV. Can I do that?
Only at home, John.
Oh, only at home? Okay, all right. But anyway, I just wanted to say something about it because, and the only reason I'm saying something is because when Kevin Hart had his indiscretion, dude was blasting him out and talking about he wouldn't accept his apology and stuff like that. And now, as my boy Malcolm X say, now the chickens have come home to roost.
But you know what? The thing is that, I mean, what they say, every dog has its day. I mean, it's like, so this is what I did. I wanted to hear him because I didn't listen to him. Heard of him, but I didn't listen to him. And I wanted to hear exactly what beef who had with him. Yeah. So it was like, okay, is it going to be the men having beef
with himself?
No. Well, he's got some soul searching to do. This is true. But my point is that I was like, I want to listen to this dude now that this has happened and see who's going to have the bigger beef with him. Is it going to be the men or is it going to be the women? Yeah. And so I listened to
the women who came to his aid.
Well, I don't know because I don't. I mean, we have this much time, so I had this much free time to listen to him. And when I did, what I heard was him saying what's best to do. It's one thing to know what to do and then to do it. I mean, we're all living by that daily and challenged in many areas about that, depending on who you are and what your challenges are. So I wasn't trying to judge the brother, but I think that the part that hurt me the most is how people came for his wife because of her presentation during, their video.
She clapped back last week, though.
Well, good for her. But my thing is that for her, I mean, that's the real victim. And I don't like to call people a victim. I don't even like them to wear the V name. But she's the real victim in the sense that, I mean, no matter if she could have been dripping in diamonds, okay? She could have been dripping in diamonds, but it's still in her soul. It's in her spirit that she has to carry.
And people looking at aesthetically, they just looking at her.
Yeah, but
was that a bonnet or a helmet?
I don't care. But the thing, and that's how much I wasn't tripping that hard. It could have been a beret.
That's what they were saying,
Yeah, it could have been a beret. But my point is that she was in the moment, and so it's like, hey, I'm dealing with this, which was very authentic. So for people to really, go in about her appearance, it tells me that everybody's going to have an opinion and everybody's going to have something to say. Yeah. She could have been dripping in diamonds, and they still have been like, look at her dripping in diamonds. Yeah. She just in it for the money. I mean, so there's always this, so
everybody got something to say.
That was the sad part about it.
Stay in your lanes. Mind your business.
Hey, like we always say in counseling, you guys, your house does not have to look like the house to the left of you, to the right of you. However they deal with their situation, that's between a man and a woman.
Yeah. And just to close that out, because it's ridiculous anyway.
And God. I'm sorry, and God.
It's a private matter between them.
Absolutely.
Right, and God.
That's a three-strand cord. That is not 103.
Exactly. So let's switch it up a little bit. Tonight, guys, we have a power couple that not only excels in their profession, but also in their communities as well.
They're so dear to our hearts.
Yeah.
We've known them for a while, but we don't get to see each other, and so this is going to be fun. We're going to have fun tonight with them, you guys. We are.
Exactly. So we're going to be right back after break, and we're going to have them come on in a second.
Don't go away. Be right back.
Love and Black with Tori and Terry is officially live across Apple Music, Spotify, and iHeartMedia platforms. At Love and Black with Tori and Terry, we cultivate positive love conversations, which means that your love is always in the positive. Join us as we discuss marriage, relationships, and singles topics, as well as answer your letters on air. To be a guest on the show, advertise, sponsor, or submit a topic, email us at loveandblack1@gmail.com. Find us by typing Love and Black with Tori and Terry in your preferred media platform. We now return to Love and Black with Tori and Terry.
Hey, and welcome back. Hey, we told you guys before we went to break that we had our good friends coming on, this power couple. And I call them power couple because they remind us of us. So just wanted to, you want to introduce them?
Yeah, and you know what? When he says they remind, we don't all look alike. But the thing is that they are living their life purpose-driven. And they're just... They think of life bigger than just the two of them. There's an extension of life, and there's a power in life that we must, surrender to and just pay forward everything that we possibly can. So that's why we call them a power couple. And I just want to introduce my girl first. She is known as Gabrielle Wilson, but we call her Gabby. And then affectionately the same thing with her husband, Mr. Reginald Wilson. We call him Reggie. So Gabby and Reggie, welcome to Love and Black.
Thank you. It's been a long time coming. It's been a very long time.
So long, but it's good.
Hey, look, we were just talking offset, and so we went to the same church at one time, and I would be on stage singing, and my wife and I had this thing where it doesn't matter where we were, restaurants, church, whatever, we always sat in the same spots. So we like, somebody sitting on seats, it's like, hey, we got 4 and 5 right here. So I'll be on stage singing, and they come in, no matter if they come in late or whatever, they always had the same seats. I say, okay, they got 7 and 8 then.
We need both of these.
Right.
Excuse me, can you scoot down?
Ours. Thank you.
And I remember that one day, the pastor was like, ain't nobody got no assigned seats in the churches.
Every church I got my seat.
I know. And it's funny, when we were in California, we actually our church was kind of configured the same way, except it was a little bigger.
It's still my church.
And we sat in the same spot pretty much.
Yeah, like on that side of the
room.
The same side, yeah.
It's configured to the right. Yeah. So we just came in. And that was the thing too, when he brought me to the church, I was like, okay.
So you went back to the familiar seat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had to sit over there because the choir, we sat over there, so I had to sit on that side.
Yeah, it was cool.
But anyway, so Reggie, you're an attorney, and Gabby, you work in healthcare.
Correct.
So again, like I said, they're 2 busy professionals. They're just as busy as we are.
They're awesome.
So
they're not just the professionals in that sense, but they're also philanthropists. I mean, you have a lot of hats, and they're just honorable hats.
Oh, thank you.
Exactly. So you ready to play your little game?
You guys know. They don't know. We're going to do rapid fire. I got a rapid fire just for them. So here's the thing. You guys answer together.
Okay.
And it's an either or. Okay. So you guys answer together. And I'm keeping score, but I'm not. We just kind of want to see how much you have in common.
You messed up there because we're very competitive.
We are.
The thing is to be, you're not trying to outdo each other. You're trying to be on the same page. But I want to know what you like. So I just want to see how much you have in common.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah,
right.
Ready.
R&B or trap music?
R&B.
Okay. Smoked ribs or smoked oxtails?
Smoked oxtails.
Okay.
Ooh.
Game of Thrones. You do this every time to me.
They're amazing.
Game of Thrones. We'll talk. Game of Thrones or Married at First Sight?
Married at First Sight.
Ow! Taboo or Cards Against Humanity?
Taboo.
Okay.
I would go
Cards
Cards
Against
Against Humanity.
Okay, but this is
I would
not
go
about
Cards
you,
Against
darling.
Humanity.
What is it
I was
do this?
agreeing with my man.
I don't know. We're gonna either get a muzzle or a timeout. We got. Okay. So I already asked you about tabula Cards Against Humanity, and you already said Santo de Domingo or Punta Cana.
Punta
Punta
Cana.
Cana.
Okay. Reading or writing.
Reading.
And last but not least, I've got to get a drum roll. Y'all at home can play drum roll.
Can't do this.
Cowboys or Saints.
Cowboys.
You didn't have to finish it. There was
Right, it was
no
like,
or.
there's
I
no
know.
there's no or.
That was my rapid fire. So that's really nice to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's a
try
fun
to
one.
tailor it to who you are. And
Yeah.
things. You notice I did a
Got
little
you.
research.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, the other night, you had a Saints hat on, right? Or a Saints jacket or something.
Well, I'm from Louisiana,
Yeah.
so that's the home team. So I
Gotcha.
always root for the Saints unless they're playing the Cowboys.
Correct.
So you know what, man? I know Abbeville is small, but
Yeah.
that's where they have sugar cane, right?
Yes.
Okay, we might be related.
We might
It's
be.
entirely
No, no.
possible.
No,
It's
seriously, though.
entirely possible.
Because when I saw you were from Abbeville, I was like, Abbeville, because my grandfather is from Abbeville.
Okay.
Oh.
And when I'm like, man, this place is so small.
It is. You really might be related.
Yeah.
That's-
It's not funny. And all I remember from there, because I've never been to Abbeville. I've been to New Orleans and other places, but I've never been there. But all I can remember them saying was about the sugar cane.
Oh yeah. Growing up, my cousins and I, we would go into the fields and
Uh-huh.
cut down sugar cane and just gnaw on sugar cane
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
get all the juices out.
So they had like they had a sugar cane. I don't want to say the word plantation, but farm. I don't want to say farm. I don't like to use that word. But anyway.
Sugar.
But dang, we definitely might be, man.
Especially from Abbeville, everybody's related.
All of them. No,
Yeah.
like seriously.
Yeah, no,
We run
Jones-
into people.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely a dinner date.
yeah.
Yes,
go.
Yeah.
definitely.
So even though we didn't go to our wedding, I was trying to watch it when you guys had posted it, but
Yeah.
all we could really do was see it because
Yeah.
the music was
Right.
blacked out and stuff. But it was such an amazing your proposal and then the
you
wedding. So
guys.
we've been
Okay, so I don't know. Can you guys tell us, because it's been so long and then the pandemic and stuff,
Yeah.
we just missed like this, this block of time.
Yeah.
Tell us
Tell us
about
the love
your
story.
Oh,
The love
man.
story.
The
Tell us.
story?
You want to start, or you want me to start?
I can start.
Okay.
So I went to Texas A&M, and we actually met on Texas A&M's campus, even though Reggie obviously didn't attend A&M. He went to Texas Southern. But we met there, and we became friends for, like 7, 8 years, something
Yeah.
like that.
Did you go there for
So
a
you guys were
game?
friends for a while?
No,
For a
so
long time.
I actually went there for my fraternity. We
Okay.
just came back on the yard at Texas Southern University, Alpha Phi Alpha,
Okay.
and
Let them know.
and we were publing for a party
Okay.
coming up. So we wanted to go to A&M to get all the black folks from A&M to come out
Gotcha.
to Houston, come out to our party. And while we were out there, I ran across this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know, and we showed them around to like where all the other people that look like us hang out,
Mhm.
so that they could pass out their flyers because they've actually
Right.
passed out flyers back in those days.
Mhm.
So yeah, we showed
We're
them
not
around.
too far removed from them.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we met, we hit it off. He added me on Facebook, and like our friendship was like instant. It really was.
I did slide in the DMs.
He did.
Yes.
Yes.
True.
Very, very friendly. Very friendly. I slid in the DMs.
What your name is? What's your name?
Respectfully.
Politely.
That's why it's
And
like,
we did. We became best of friends
Yeah.
for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
Just friends. We knew everything about each other. We
Y'all
spoke
knew each
every
other
single
that
day.
long?
That
8
long.
years?
Yeah.
We did. We never crossed that line. We
Eight.
never dated. We were just friends.
okay, but you guys know that 8, what's that number? What's it represent? New
Rebirth.
beginnings.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. So yeah.
Yeah.
I was on new
Yeah.
beginnings.
Well, that's what it was. And so it's funny. So I actually told Gabby back in 2009, the year after I met her, we were having a casual conversation, and I said, "Hey, you're gonna be my wife."
That's right.
And she laughed.
I laughed.
She laughed at me.
Like
Cheers
the
to
hysterical, like belly,
She
like
laughed.
laugh. Like I laughed.
Like he was
I-
a comedian?
Yeah, like I knew he was
Yeah.
joking. I was like, he's joking. And I remember talking to my mom after this, and I was like, Mom, like, my friend I told you about that? And she's like,
See,
yeah.
girl.
And I'm like, I think he might be crazy. He said he was going to
Whoa,
marry me.
whoa, whoa.
And at the time, I think I was 19 or
Yeah.
20. So I wasn't thinking about that then. And she was like, well, you know, you never know. And I'm like, okay, but you know, I'll cross that bridge when
you hadn't even finished school yet,
right? Like I was like fresh into college, so marriage was absolutely not on my mind.
Listen, my pastor told me to speak things not as though they were.
Right.
So this one's gonna be mine.
Wow. So hold on, were you ever in the friend zone?
We were
Would you say y'all were
in the friend zone?
No,
Yeah.
y'all was best of friends.
Yeah.
And normally, crossing that line really doesn't work that well for some.
Did you guys witness each other dating other people?
Yes,
Absolutely, we encouraged it.
We definitely
gave each other advice.
encouraged it.
We gave each other
Okay, so
relationship
he was
advice.
definitely in the friend zone.
Yeah.
She come home
We were
crying.
real
Hey,
friends.
Reggie, what you do?
Real friends.
Guess
Real
what?
friends.
He was a jerk.
Yep.
like,
I
I
told
was
you.
doing that.
I said it that one time, and then I didn't mention
he
it
left
again.
it
I
alone.
never mentioned it again. And then we
You
became
trying to
best
work
of
yourself
friends.
out of the friend
Power
zone.
in the word.
This is how
Yes.
close we were. If we went out somewhere and we were having cocktails, and there was a young woman that I was looking at, she would say, "Why are you staring so hard and not go and talk to her?
Right, like,
you
go
want
talk
me to
to
go
you.
talk
Want
to
me to
her
go- I
for
will
you."
do it.
Shy
brother.
Yes.
The Shy Brothers. So we were absolutely just friends. Like, people don't understand. I'm like, "Oh, you were friends?" No,
we were friends.
Not
Real
not friends with
friends.
benefits.
No, just friends.
There's
Just
so much
friends.
respect on that.
Just
I mean, that's
friends.
how we do. Don't. I mean,
Three days in a row,
we do
said
that.
the same
We do
thing.
that. So,
Okay.
but do you guys ever do that? Do you ever
Do we
find
do
yourself
that?
thinking the same thing, or the bubble above your head is like, oh,
No, absolutely. We find each
No.
other thinking. I think we find each other thinking the same thing without
Yes.
mentioning
Exactly.
it out
Correct.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens so often
Yeah.
that we're like,
Yeah.
and we turn to each
Yeah.
other
And
and
it's
we
like
say
we can
something.
see
It's like,
it.
Yeah.
We got this.
okay, yeah.
That's cool. I
That's our
like
thing.
that.
That's our thing. Yeah.
So fast forward. Tell us what
Yeah.
happened.
So, what, the proposal?
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God.
It was okay. It was.
Well,
a
did
really
you
good
know?
day. So yes and no. I knew. I know he hates that when I say that, right? But I had an idea. Particularly because one of the partners at his firm had asked me one day, like, "Oh, sir, are you ready for the proposal weekend?" And I was like, "What? Like,
Oh my
what are you
God. Did
talking
you
about?"
have his head on a silver
No, he
platter?
said in like to my face. Reggie like was like, and
I
then the
literally
guy
just stared at him, and
instantly-
he turned bloodshot
Bloodshot
red.
red, yeah.
And my mouth was wide open, so she was clearly staring at me, and I was like, and he walks out, so I'm like, well, we're
Gets
here
out the
now.
bag.
Right.
But Gabby's very intelligent, and she typically puts things together before they happen.
I do. I pride
So-
myself on that.
So with that being said, I'll give kudos to you. But with that being said, I was gonna play a little cat and mouse game
Yeah.
because now she's expecting me to change the date, change
true.
whatever I have planned.
That's very
so for
true.
me, I used her best friends and I kept the same date
Correct.
because she's already talked herself out of it.
Yeah.
So coming up on this date, she's asking me, "Hey babe, do I need to get my nails done? Do I need to get my hair done?" No, you're okay. Just how you are. You don't need to
You
get
said
your
my
nails
hairs.
done. Hair?
Like my hair
Oh,
done.
hair.
I thought you said hairs.
No, hair. Do I need to get my hair done? Do I need to get my nails done? So she was
Yeah.
trying to push me to see if I'm like, yeah, you absolutely. Because she always said, I need to have my nails done when you get proposed.
Yeah, like, do you
Fingers,
have
they're
a
going to be on
I said,
camera.
I said, you have to do that.
So I had to sync with that ship. So I had to go down with it. And I was like,
You were
listen,
so prepared.
I was so into this. I was like, hey, if the ship sinks, we're going down with it.
Right,
And I was
right.
like, no, don't get your nails done. Don't get your hairs done.
I did it anyway.
Hair. You're right.
Well, no, because I didn't know if you were talking about sets of hairs. I didn't know it was.
You know, like hey hair.
Busy.
It's a Friday night show. I didn't.
So here's the thing. Leading up to the proposal, probably
It was
8
like
months out.
Yeah.
I came to her in December of 2017.
Yes.
And I was like, hey, let's start doing these date ideas where we alternate. I'll plan a date. The only thing I'm going to tell you is what to wear and what time to be.
Ready.
That's cool.
This is
Ready.
what, ladies, pay attention. Men, take notes.
Right.
So she was like, okay, that's fine. So I was like, I'll start now because I knew in
Yeah.
October I wanted it to
So
land
you
on
had the
me.
even months and I had the odd months.
And the reason being, we met October 13, 2008.
Correct.
I proposed October 13, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed it to fall on that date. So I
Sure,
started.
yeah.
Did you know now? Were you connecting the dots?
So I was like, oh man, that's it. No, because actually when we finally started dating, I told him, I was like, man, because we met on this day, it would be so dope if we actually got married on this day,
Yeah.
right? And so I had always talked about, because I never really truly wanted to plan a wedding. So there was a like some video on Instagram of a guy who basically planned an entire wedding for his then girlfriend. And so like everything from like, you go here, you get your dress, you go here, you get your hair done. Yes. And then like she literally left from place to place to place. And then the last stop was the chapel where they actually had the actual wedding. So there was no real proposal. It was like all in one. And so I was telling him, I was like, man, that would be my dream. Like, feel free to do that for me. Like, I would love that. And so then I'm like, okay.
He had to be original of us.
Right. So I knew he wasn't going to do exactly that.
Right.
But I kind of had a feeling that at least something special would happen, you know, on that particular day. Yeah. Sure.
So my thought process was to start it early enough out to where she probably thought it was going to be leading up to the engagement.
Yeah.
But after a while, it's like, okay, no, these are just regular dates.
Sure.
And I think that set in after we just started, you know, it
yeah,
didn't
probably
come
like
this
month
month.
6 or so.
It didn't come this month.
I was like, oh.
So 6 months in, it's like, oh, we're just doing date nights.
Yeah.
So when the opportunity came, I was like, I want to do something special. We've never been on a helicopter together.
Correct.
So I was like, we're going to take a helicopter ride around the city of Houston.
You didn't even tell me it was a helicopter.
No. I didn't tell you that. This is me telling myself this.
Yeah.
We're going to take a helicopter ride around the city of Houston.
Yeah. I was there. Well, I saw it on Facebook. I'm sorry. I was about to say.
I was like, you might have been.
So she played herself in August.
And
in August, I took her on a cruise.
It was a boat cruise,
A cruise out of Kimo. But driving up to it, she was like, oh, we're going on a cruise. And I was like, dog. So I was like, next time, I'm going to blindfold you so you can't see until we get there. So it laid out perfectly. I had her blindfolded as we walked into the hangar for the helicopter. Mm-hmm. And while I was in there, my videographer...
Wendy, you can just hear it.
So no, like we walked into like, the hangar was kind of like a place kind of like this. So like it's a building, we walked in, I'm blindfolded completely. He actually ran me into a door.
Listen, I had a lot on my mind.
She has no clue what's happening.
And I'm just like, okay. And he's like, sit here, which I can't see. So I'm like, all right. He's like, I'll be right back. Okay. It felt like an hour. That went
in reality, it was like 5 minutes. But I had to go get my mic put on me so they can hear us having our conversation in the helicopter. Right. So we get on the helicopter. It's very windy that day. She's like
so windy,
so focused on us not going down that she's like very shaky. So I'm holding her hand the whole time. I'm smiling. We actually had the videographer in the corner of the helicopter place another camera so he can catch all of our reactions and the conversations that we were having.
Beautiful.
So as we were landing, I had a marry me sign and I was talking to her to make sure she didn't see that sign. Distracting her. And then she finally saw it, and you know, the waterworks. We had family and friends there, and I got down on my knee. Here's the interesting part. Gabby's favorite part in any proposal is what the guy says.
I love the speech.
I asked her if she remembers anything that I said.
Can't tell you.
I know. Same here.
Can't tell you.
I hate that part.
I have no idea.
I literally have bubble above my head saying, remember, oh my God, it's going down. It's happening.
Right. And then,
well, hold on. Can I get a do-over though? Because he just made me just totally. I feel like this.
But you know what?
Only say you want to marry me.
But you know what? You were on point because just like you said, you kind of spoke what it'd be really nice to have.
Yeah.
I did that with him because I don't know if you guys remember my Big Fat Greek Wedding. If you remember
Yes.
And how he proposed her just in bed. They were just like nightshirt and just. And so, of course, this wasn't our first marriage. And so I told him, I was like, the simplicity of that and just the organic, like, I just wanted that because I just knew that would be in a moment where if we had just been, you know, just hugged up or had a movie or was eating Oreos, like, you know, it would just be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he did that. We were in sweats and you know, he
that's
was
so
like,
cool though.
Just grabbed me that Clark gable and I was like, it's happening. What does he say?
And you also didn't hear anything he said.
No,
I heard it then, but I mean, I was so.
I heard the way you married me part. Like, I was really focused on like being quiet because I was like, oh no, you gotta shut up. Shh.
Let
him say what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying right now, but I'm gonna let him say it.
Voices down in her mind.
Because I was like, oh my God, what do I look like? Did I put on like an outfit? Like, am I on camera right now?
Did you know you were on camera the whole time?
I did because his line brother actually took the pictures at and he was actually honestly the only person that I could recognize in the crowd.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, there's Dre, he's taking pictures. Okay, so I'm definitely on camera, so I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure that I keep my face cute and stuff. Like my and also like don't interrupt him, because when I get excited, I'm like, what? Yes. And I'm like, oh wait, you're still talking, sorry.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm being still. Yep. Just get to the part where you say, do I want to get you? Yes. Okay. Yes.
So what? You was it a banner, or did you have the people lined up?
It was
a sign. So it was a light up sign that said,
"Oh wow,
marry me with a heart."
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
It was so cute.
Okay, I should ask.
Okay, so
now you really make me
were
look
you
good.
like choked up, or were you just full of testosterone? Like, I'm feeling this. I am king of the world.
Listen, so like I said, I've been planning for about 8 months.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I was nervous about leading up to that was somebody's gonna mess this up. Somebody's gonna call.
You knew what you
somebody's
were
gonna
doing.
show up.
You took my phone though.
I did take
You
your
took
phone.
my phone.
Oh,
I
that's
did.
good.
How'd you
Yeah, you
play
won't
that?
need this
What
on.
are you
So when we were in the helicopter, he was like, here, like, I'm gonna hold it for you. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then he's like, you wanna take pictures? I'll give you mine. I was like, that's kind of weird, but sure, I'll take pictures on your phone.
I
Because
just
at the
didn't
time,
want
his,
texting
like,
her anything.
like asking me anything or what
Yeah.
we were
Did
doing.
he do it yet? You know?
Exactly.
Did I miss it?
I already had that one hurdle to get over when my colleague was
Ain't
like,
nobody blowing it this time.
yeah, not
Yeah.
even
He wasn't there. He wasn't there, right?
No,
Not
he's not
today.
there.
You know, I got a question for you, and we got so much to cover. This is what happens when you don't see people for a long time. But
Sorry.
really quick, if you could put a soundtrack
Yeah.
to that, give me 5 people that would be on that soundtrack.
Oh gosh, her for
her
sure.
would definitely be on
Absolutely.
there.
Her, if you're listening, we're still trying to get you on.
Look at her.
She's super talented.
Yeah.
You're super
Love her.
talented.
And beautiful
Come,
and
please.
just amazing.
Right.
You and D'Angelo killed it by the
And
way.
did you
Another
know that
thing
we
you
have the
gotta
same
love.
name?
Her name is Gabrielle Wilson.
Oh wow.
Crazy?
Yeah, that's cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit of an inside connect.
Her would definitely be on there. Best part, because it absolutely speaks to my feelings towards
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
now life.
Love that song.
Yeah.
We're old school, so we have old souls. We grew up around parents that grew up
Yeah.
cleaning. So our first our walkout song at our wedding was to Love Ballard.
Ooh,
Ballad, yeah.
LTD?
Yeah.
LTD would be on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gotta be Luther.
Oh,
Luther.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Big Luther.
Okay, so that's 3.
Yeah,
Big
Big
Luther,
Luther.
Big Luther, Big Luther.
Not skinny Luther, thank you.
That's 3. You got
I think
Who else?
Anthony Hamilton.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
And then it's gotta be Raheem Devon, because that's the
Devon,
song I
Oh
walked
my
out
God,
to.
you guys got
Yeah.
my people.
Yeah.
Come on. We got them. We got them at the house. They're back at the house. Okay.
We're music people. Our entire
Definitely.
wedding was
Well,
shaped
you know
around
we are.
music.
So,
Yeah.
So, for instance, our sign-in books, they were records.
Yeah.
And instead of books, it was a record that you can
That
sign
you
your
can sign
name
with
on.
the marker.
And we
Oh,
have them
wow.
hung up
We
in
have
our
them hung up
house.
in the house.
How
Yeah.
ingenious.
Man,
Oh my
you
God.
thought of everything.
We did.
Well, you had a long
Yeah.
time to plan.
Yeah.
Now,
I did.
normally, you know, when we're counseling, we get a lot of people that have been together for a long time, and they just waiting for them to pop the question, right? And they're together 20 years, and then they end up getting married at the JOP. Come on, man. You got 20 years of plan. Take some advice. That's why we do this relationship show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take some advice, all right? Matter of fact, I got to do a do-over based on all of this.
And I accept.
Oh, man. She'll let me.
No, we'll do it together.
We'll do it together.
There you
All
go.
right.
There you
All
go.
right. So, my wife mentioned that you guys are philanthropists and very community
I
oriented.
want you to tell.
What's going on with you guys
Check this out.
outside of work?
I couldn't even say. We can't even say it. That's how much they can articulate it better. Please let them know what's happening.
Yeah, go ahead.
So outside of work, 2020 was an interesting year, of course, because
Very.
of COVID.
Yeah.
We actually didn't realize how much we were traveling and moving around until we were forced to stay still.
Yeah.
So in 2020, we decided.
I know, right?
Of
course.
In 2020, we were thinking about some things moving forward as far as investments go. What can we do
Yeah.
to give back and pay it forward to the community, but also put a little change in our pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to re-up for the next
You have to
opportunity.
re-up for the next opportunity. So with that being said, we got together with a team, engineer, developer, home builder, all black, and we decided to come up with this idea, head by the developer and the engineer, grandparksquare.com. Go and check them out. You'll absolutely love them.
Please do. They are beautiful.
We have 3 different
really
elevations to choose from. 3
and I'm
different
very
square
picky, so I
footages.
promise
I know
they're beautiful.
you did,
I promise
Mom.
they're beautiful.
Okay. So how does it work? Are people renting them? They purchase them?
They can purchase them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Purchases for purchases. Bringing the young professionals that are working downtown
Oh,
in
wow.
that medical center
Yeah.
area. It has really good access to 610. So it's for those young professionals
Is
wanting
it
to
close
come
enough
back
to bike
into the city.
in? Because a lot of people bike in. From
Depends on
that
where you're
area.
going.
It depends.
Yeah.
I would say probably not downtown.
Because in those gentrified areas of Third Ward, that's why they got so close to downtown. They're trying to move back in and take back over that area.
Are they like townhomes when you say up? Because they're
Yes,
two-story?
they're
Okay.
townhomes.
Okay.
They are.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Excited. I want to see them. Very excited. Okay, and then also too, Reggie. I want to talk about what you're doing now.
Okay.
President.
President.
Yeah.
Speak it as if it's
Yes.
You know, that's 2021. Before I get into that, though, I have to uplift my wife
Oh.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
talk about her business that she started during COVID.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
It's called Pour Love.
Yeah.
Gabby.
So I think I discovered I'm very creative. I guess I kind of knew that, but
That was not in the stuff.
I know. So I'm really terrible about talking about like me and things I do. Like that's just
It's
I don't
kinda
know.
hard.
I'm
Yeah,
really bad
feels
at it.
weird.
But I started making different like trays and artwork with resin, which is like a chemical compound.
Yeah.
Do you see that, like the quartz in the room?
Yes, so I
I
can
wear
do
this for
things
you
like
today.
So I make different
Definitely.
things, like everything from like serving trays, which I've done a lot of,
Oh, wow.
to like little small cute ashtrays. You know, if you're a
Any
cigar
love and black
smoker, I can definitely do
So
that.
we can talk about that.
Right.
Actually, no, because I was looking
Yeah.
this up because I did see something about that.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the resin and the quartz? Because they like say quartz. Are they the same?
No, so they're actually different. So of course, quartz is a mineral.
Mm-hmm.
Resin is literally a chemical compound. So it's think like science that turns into art.
Gotcha.
So you have to be very careful about the amount that you mix and
mixture.
how much and what that
You
that
guys
mixture looks
hide
like.
around your house all the time?
No.
Another question.
No, but I do say like I have made it a very important point that like I do my artwork and things upstairs, like far away
Yeah.
from where
Right.
we
Ventilated
typically
areas.
spend.
Chemicals
Yes,
and stuff.
definitely.
Yeah.
And I have to wear a mask
That's why I
and
said they
things and
hide
all
all
of
the
that.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
because the chemical smell can be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
Very
wanted
strong.
To like super glue and stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah. So no, but I did catch that. And,
Yeah.
I was even thinking like, how do I? But I knew that was one of the questions. I was like, I didn't ask her about
Yeah.
quartz and resin. And stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So what happened? You just thought of it one day, or
No, Reggie asked me to make him. What did you ask me to make?
I asked her to make me an ashtray because I
Cigars.
smoke cigars.
Yeah.
And I wanted a custom ashtray with my fraternity colors.
Oh, I bet that's awesome.
So and with my line number. So she
Yeah.
made me a really nice custom ashtray with
Yeah.
my line number in the middle. And I thought it was really gonna be like go to the store, buy an ashtray, put some stickers on it,
You know,
a
those
little
with
acrylic
stickers
plate.
painted or something.
She comes with all these chemicals, and I'm like, okay. Let those creative juices
I
flow.
respect it. Yeah.
And I posted it on Instagram.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah, we gotta definitely show a picture.
And I posted it on Instagram, and I start getting hits from everywhere. Like, hey, where did you get that? Oh, my wife did it. Can she do one for me?
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
So you know, five,
just
six.
your fraternity brothers, right?
No,
Colors.
no, it was all people.
Fraternity
It was all
colors,
people.
yeah.
So after about 6 or 7 hits, I'm like, hey, we probably need to get you an LLC
Yeah.
set up
Mhm.
so we can make this thing official.
Which, for the record, was never my plan. It was my husband wanted an ashtray, so I was gonna make him
Right.
an ashtray.
Right, right.
You thought it was gonna be one of them
Yeah.
like
Right.
hand-
Right.
hands out.
Right.
Put the,
I'm being
put
a
the
good wife.
fingerprints on.
Real simple.
Real simple.
Very sentimental though.
Right.
And you were obedient to that. See what happens?
There you
It's
go.
like blessings.
Yeah.
I love
Amen.
it. Okay, tell me
That
about the
is
president.
cool.
Yes,
Okay.
talk about that.
Okay, so in 2021, at the beginning of this year, I was nominated to become president-elect of Texas Young Lawyers Association.
All right.
Texas Young Lawyers Association is known as the public service arm of the State Bar of Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's created for creating projects and community service for not only young attorneys, but also general members of the public.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So at www.tyla.org, we have a whole bunch of free material from grade school all the way up to the elderly and then the homeless as well. So it's completely free. As I said, we are the public service arm. Currently, our membership has about 25,600 members that are young lawyers.
Okay.
You probably want to know, what is a young lawyer? A young lawyer is 36 years of age or under, or within their first 5 years of practice.
So that means you can be older.
You can be older.
You can
be in your
75
70s.
and just pass the
At
bar.
first 5
At
years.
first, I thought this was like an extension, like a BSU from your office or something. But it's all races. It doesn't
All
matter.
races.
Yeah.
All races.
Okay.
It's just that this
It's
is a
just
black. This is a black organization.
No, it's not.
No,
That's what I thought it was
This
originally.
is for all.
All attorneys.
No, I
All
thought
attorneys.
that it was a black organization that is hosting this for all.
No.
No.
Okay, so when you
This
said
is for-
young black, is it young black attorney? What is it?
No, it's Texas Young Lawyers Association.
Young
So
lawyers.
it's all
So
young.
it's
All
everyone.
Texas
Yes,
lawyers.
that's you guys. It's
Yeah.
everyone.
All
Now let me
Texas
ask you
lawyers.
this: is there some form of mentoring for those that are taking the bar that are aspiring to be? Is there something that you guys have in place?
Yeah, so on the website that I mentioned, we have information and resources and tools for law students to use as well.
There you go,
Okay.
guys.
So it's absolutely wonderful. I
One
will
stop shop.
I will say my platform is focusing on mental health, innovation, and development.
Yeah.
Those are the three things that I really want to
Yeah.
focus
Gotcha.
on. They are doing a good job so far, but I want to allocate additional resources towards those, especially mental health is near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
In 2009, I had some personal struggles with mental health. So I want to make sure that attorneys are receiving the
Yes.
attention and resources that they need.
Yeah.
And not just attorneys. Like I said, it's also for the general members of
Correct.
the public. So Texans in general will be able to use those same resources to seek help.
That's beautiful.
Good.
That's beautiful.
So everything. I mean, you're just waiting now. Or?
Well, so I'm just waiting now,
His name is Reginald Wilson. I said
Reginald
it. He did.
Wilson.
I said it. Reginald Wilson.
I'm just waiting now. Voting for all young lawyers is from April 1st through April 30th. And after that April 30th closes, I'll find out the results.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We definitely got you.
congratulations on your victory.
Don't get
Yes,
we
amen.
speak it as it were.
Yes.
We speak it as it were. I have one more question, and we need to get into our letter.
Sure.
So with you guys, we always tell our people we counsel to get a hobby together, start a project, do something together. You guys, you're doing your venture with the homes, and you're doing your thing in the house, and
She also has something else, but yeah. Go.
Oh, shit, that's right. So, but anyway, as a busy professional married couple, what would you tell our other busy professional married couples? Because we have a lot of them that we do counsel a lot of them. So they have the regular struggles of everybody else.
Yeah.
But what would you tell them? How to have fun in your marriage?
For us, it's traveling. It's making sure we set time aside to travel.
Definitely.
The advice that I would really give you all is to continue doing things that led up to the engagement.
Correct.
Whatever that was, whether it was being adventurous, going on dates, traveling, picnicking, bike ride, whatever it is, don't stop doing those things.
Yeah.
Don't become stale and stagnant. This is why you fell in love with this person,
Yeah.
in addition to the support, the love, the care, the kind heart. Continue to do those physical activities, whatever they may be.
Yeah.
That would be my biggest piece of advice. Oh, and of course, communication.
Yeah, no, I
That's
think
number one.
Yeah.
to piggyback on that, I think the most important part of that aspect is making it a priority to make time to do those things.
Gotcha.
Because we get busy, right? And the more like you get busy, I get busy, but we always make it a point to carve out time to do something that we love together, regardless of whatever else it is that we have going on. I know that, when you introduce kids into the mix, that makes you even busier. And I understand that, but you have to focus on your marriage first, right? Like, because if your marriage isn't good, your kids can't be good.
That's
if you're
right.
not the best person for yourself, like you can't pour into the people and the things around you. So
That's
I
good
think that's
advice.
really important.
And we have a mutual friend, or a mutual couple friend.
Yeah.
And, baby ain't stopped them. They still
has not.
trying.
No.
They still trying.
Beautiful little baby, too. nice.
And I'm like, she was pregnant. They was
shout out Darren Shamira and Destin.
And Destin.
I mean, and just beautiful, man. Beautiful family and everything. So they starting him out young.
Yeah.
They got his little passport already.
Yes, but it's good to travel with your children.
Yeah.
Teach your children
absolutely.
that. A lot of people, want to travel and leave their kids somewhere while they go, but take your children with you. It makes for a wonderful family experience.
Yeah.
I know that our kids are doing it. They're taking their children with them to
Absolutely.
travel.
Exactly.
Put their money in that place instead of things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, it's that part of the show where we do our
we're
letter.
almost
We
out of
answer our
time.
letter from you guys. So I didn't mention this earlier, but if you guys are interested in being a sponsor on the show, or if you want to do a commercial or even be on the show, or as of what I'm about to do now, read this letter, all you got to do is send us an email to loveinblack1@gmail.com, and we will take care of your needs from there, all right? So we're going to get into our letter. You guys seen our show? And we always do this letter. We answer a letter and then we give some advice.
Okay.
Albeit some might be funny coming from me, and then my wife may give it straight, but
Oh, that sounds like us.
so let me read this letter right quick. Dear Tori and Terry, my husband and I have been married for almost 13 years. I feel like we've fallen out of love with each other, and I'm just here to meet his sexual needs and take care of his kids. He doesn't date me anymore or even ask how my day was. He doesn't communicate at all, and when he does, he loses his temper and starts yelling, which is normal, and then I shut down. We both have no patience left for each other, but also we don't want to be a broken family and break our kids' hearts either. What can we do?
Call us.
I was actually going to say the exact same thing. Reach out to Terry
immediately.
You know what's funny though is that you guys hadn't. We never talk about the letter beforehand.
No.
2 or 3 of the things that you guys just mentioned.
You guys are on point.
Is the answer to this letter.
Yeah.
I think so. I was gonna say the same, but after calling them, of course,
Yeah.
to schedule you.
Uncall them. Seriously.
That goes back to what we're saying. I think number one, it starts with communication.
Yeah,
you have to sit
definitely.
down and have open communication.
Yeah.
No matter how difficult that is, if you're in your relationship forever, then you have to open up those lines of communication.
Yeah.
And then number two, to address the not dating, not going out anymore. That goes back to what we just mentioned. You have to go back to doing those things that made you fall in love with each other.
The way you got them is the way you got to keep them.
Right, exactly.
And also recognize too that over time you evolve. You're not the same people.
Right.
So your
Exactly.
love language changes.
Yep,
It
it does.
at various times in your life. There's your needs change. Your emotional needs change.
Exactly.
So you want to revisit those things. And if you're not sure of how, we give you the tools to do so, and we work with you. We mentor you, we coach you, and we applaud you, and we cheer for you. So, get with a counselor. It's not us, but whatever you choose. You can go to your clergy if you want to, but be willing to come into agreement that something has to be done.
Yeah.
And fight for your marriage.
Yeah.
You know what? 2 things out of this really get to me. First of all, we tell people not to get married for love. When we ask couples, why are you together? Why, or we're doing premarital counseling, why do you want to be married? Oh, because we love each other, right? And that's not a reason, because that's their only reason.
Well, there's ebbs and
What's
flows
your
in life.
why?
Yeah.
What's your why? Why do you want to get married, right?
Yeah.
In this case, they've fallen out of love with each other, which is exactly what we say. So they had nothing to hold up or support their marriage in the first place. Secondly, the kids. We never advocate divorce, but you don't stay together for the kids because they're watching you. Right. And we always say that your marriage is your kids' classroom. So they're learning everything. They're doing all this stuff based on what you've taught them,
Right. Yeah,
whether
definitely.
you know it or not, subconsciously or consciously. Whatever you guys are doing, that's what they take into their adulthood. And it's like they're missing the mark. It's nothing about God here. It doesn't communicate at all. But everything is he. What's her part in it?
And that's when you find out in counseling. And adding to what you're saying about the children, don't not stay together for the kids, but you owe it to your family and your children, the legacy of you to get the help to do it, so that you're staying together, not just because then things start to leak, and you start to, just start to leak everything, and the kids see it, you're not fooling anybody.
Right.
But, and it changes their security levels. So you want to show them that, yes, mommy and daddy can disagree, but we still love each other, and your life's not threatened, you're not the problem, all of these things. So that's why I said you need a coach to go in with you of how to do it.
Yeah. Exactly. And to be married almost 13 years, and this is still going on. I mean,
that's 13 years too long without that.
It's 13 years too long, but not just that. Your household is probably in turmoil and dysfunction.
Yeah, for sure.
So
and it's affecting everybody. Don't think y'all the only ones that I'm telling you, it's a snowball effect, and it affects your children and everything. Check out their grades. See how they're doing with their grades.
Yeah.
What are their age levels when it comes to puberty and how it's affecting them? Get some help immediately.
Yeah. Was that your closing argument?
That's my closing.
Closing arguments, guys.
Oh gosh.
And it's not an attorney thing. I
was ready to go into my bag of tricks.
Even on our radio show, we do the same thing. Closing arguments.
For couples out there that are struggling or looking for help, in our conversations, we always talk about two things, and we've touched on this many times. And that's communication and trust, and you can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
In addition to that, of course, you need to keep God in everything you do.
Yes.
But you also need to understand faith without works is dead, so you have to do your part as well.
Yes.
And that goes back to our original point of continue doing the things that you've done to get to the points and the love level that you were in when you first proposed and got married.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You did good.
Okay, and I think, one of the biggest pieces to that puzzle is remembering that your partner is a person too. So, she was saying how her husband was yelling and screaming and whatnot. And so you have to also take a little bit of yourself out of it and try to put yourself in the other person's shoes.
Empathy.
Because you have to have the empathy. Because if Reggie's going through something, right, that could trigger his attitude to be something different, right? So I have to take myself out of it and go, okay, he might not actually be mad at me.
Exactly.
He's upset at something else that's going on.
As his rib and helpmate.
Correct. And as his wife, it's my responsibility to be like, hey, what can we do? How can we get you back to a place that's more positive?
Absolutely.
Because when we can get him back to that place, then he'll start being nicer to me, giving me the things that he knows I need. And I think you have to be willing to do that,
so many people don't understand that.
It's so important. It's so important. It goes both ways. It really does.
But we encounter that literally all the time. And literally, I've encountered that at least 3 times this week.
Wow.
Well, love is selfless, you guys. It's not selfish, and it's self-care too. It's okay to love yourself, but you can't love anyone else unless you love yourself first.
Absolutely.
We are out of time.
Well, I'll go with that. I haven't done my close number. Why are you trying to cut me off? Jeez.
Come on, babe.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yes.
If you or your partner are feeling trying to mess me up, incompatible, and feel that there's nothing that you guys can do in your relationship, guys, please remember, everything that we all said here. Because everything they said, I really don't have anything else to say because they've said it all. Yes. But you have to have communication. You have to show empathy towards your partner. And you have to be married for more than just for love, right? So if you put all those things together, and on top of all that, use God as a foundation for your marriage, you guys will be all right. All right.
You will.
Give us a call when you need to, have some counseling. I'm not just talking about you guys. I'm talking about anyone.
Yes.
We provide marital counseling, premarital, and relationship counseling. So don't forget to hit us up on our website at iforeverwill.com. And again, for the show, if you are interested in the show, loveandblack1@gmail.com. I want to thank our special guest, Reggie.
Thank you for having us. It was a good time.
So
It was a good time.
Thank you, guys.
It was fun. Listen, you guys, remember, marriage it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
And just be kinder to each other. There's so much going on. Be good to one another, your family. You're paying it forward in everything that you do.
Absolutely.
We love you guys. Make love, not war. We'll see you next week.
Yes, amen.
Same black time, same black channel.